Hi, I'm Rachel from Girls Run the World, and I'm here to talk about how to stay calm before a marathon and during the race day itself to help decrease some of that anxiety and tension that really starts to build up a week to 2 weeks before a marathon. I'm discussing this, and we're about 3 or 4 days out from the Brighton Marathon and 2 weeks out from a London Marathon. So what do you do? I'm not going to talk to you here about, how you should set your race outfit out the day before, what you should eat or drink. Most of you who run know all of that kind of stuff. I'm going to talk more about your mental things you can do and how you can use the training that you've already done. So firstly, decide how you're going to frame what you're feeling. So you're likely to feel quite anxious, your palms might be sweaty, you might be having trouble sleeping, that kind of thing. You can decide, oh, that's nervousness, and get really overwrought by that, but why not treat it as excitement? Because there is a large similarities between excitement and anxiety. So if you decide, oh, it's not nerves I'm feeling, it's excitement, you take control of that, and rather than letting the anxiety overtake how you're feeling, think of it as an excitement. You've done all this training, and running the race itself is just the pinnacle of what you've been doing, and it's an exciting thing. And as soon as you cross that start line, all those nerves and anxieties are going to go anyway, and you're just going to be so excited about being part of a race that you've trained so hard for. So secondly, channel your energy. So yes, you end up being full of all this nervous energy in the lead up to a marathon. So instead of it letting you get to you where you can't sleep and you can't do anything, and your just mind is whirring with all these kind of possibilities of what might happen on marathon day, what you should be doing, channel it into something positive. Study the route. I've just been discussing with one of the clients I'm coaching, and she's been studying the route, finding out where the water stations are, thinking about what strategy she's going to use. Is she going to run or walk through the water stations, looking at where the hills are on the route. She's been preparing her food for the week ahead. So anything that kind of takes your mind off unnecessarily spiraling and unraveling around your marathon, and that will help your week, whether it's your work week or the race itself, will help to channel that nervous energy into something positive. Thirdly, use your training. It's ridiculous how many runners spend 16, 20 weeks training for a marathon, and then the week or 2 weeks before a marathon, they forget all of that and just think, oh God, I'm really nervous. But you've got a whole load of weeks to look back on and use to bolster your confidence. Look back on your training diary. If you haven't got one, look back on your Strava, if you kept a Strava. Look at all those runs you've done. Think about those moments or those training runs that you did where you did something really positive. It went really well. Write it down. Write 3 things that you are most proud of during your training that went really well, why they went really well. What did you do that made that really work? And that can really help bolster your confidence and help you stop getting over anxious about your marathon run. If there are training runs that went really badly, acknowledge them, just write them down. What did you do that made that not go so well? It might not have been you, it could have been the weather, it could have been anything, but write them down and write how you would handle them differently if you redid that kind of run and encountered that similar thing. And now on race day itself, remember, don't get het up every mile or every kilometre. If you have a mile that goes really badly, that is not the end of the race. Every mile or kilometres, if you work in kilometres, is different. So if you're having a mile where you think, oh my God, that's it, I'm out, I just don't want to carry on, because the next mile could be different. It could be anything that makes that difference to that mile. It could be that suddenly you're running downhill and that bolsters your confidence. You start feeling really good, and then the next mile will be completely different. The wind might change. The gel that you took 2 miles before might suddenly kick in. So don't think, oh, this mile, that's it, it's over. It's never over. Every mile or every kilometre is different, so keep going. I once, and the last one, I once interviewed Chrissie Wellington, and she said for every Ironman that she has ever done, she had wanted to pull out at some point. And the thing that kept her going was a mantra. So think about what is the thing, the mantra or the strategy that you're going to use for those miles or moments in your race where you're just going to think, oh, it's game over. If you have that paramount in your mind, it will really help to keep you calm and relaxed and in control of your race. But most of all, remember that it's the culmination of so many weeks of training, and no matter what happens during the race, you will feel fantastic once you cross that finish line. So I hope that's helped. I'm Rachel from Girls Run the World.